Baker, man. Beautiful, beautiful queen of soul, right? My girl, Jill Scott, making this real quick. Man, so I couldn't believe it. People on social media was talking about this, her displaying oral sex, a demonstration over the microphone. She had a little concert. And the people, was hollering. People was like, oh, shoot, woo, woo, woo. And I'm looking like, damn, see, I'm a huge Jill Scott fan. I've been listening to her since I was in middle school, man. Living it up. I had my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend at the time, man. And we used to have a Jill Scott party. I remember one particular time, my graduation. My graduation at high school and stuff, man. I played one of her songs, man. Her whole catalog, Light Under the Sun. I mean, she's a great soul singer, man. Crown Royal now. And I know my father, he used to always talk about her the way she always just want to talk about just food and everything, and the peaches and plums. And this is when she was like a little bit overweight, but of course, she decided to take care of her lifestyle, man. She had good eating habits. She was on the Breakfast Club. And this woman was born in 1972, same age as my father, 46 years old. And I'm not upset what she was doing, but I'm not surprised, because in this moment right now, this is a good manipulative tactic far as in the industry, man. She must be dropping a new project, because at the end of the day, you gotta understand, these artists, these entertainers are master marketers. Maybe her agent was speaking into her ear like, listen, well, what you need to do is you need to do something that's crazy. It's gonna be on viral. We live in the information age, and once it goes viral, you're good, and drop this and you're gonna have more units. Prime example, Kanye West. I'm pretty sure he was always woke, but when he made that statement, instead of elaborating on himself, when he said that slavery was a choice, he was able to sell like over 600,000 units, man, close to 1 million. He was able to gravitate towards a new audience. So I'm just thinking that based on her actions, I could be wrong, but I believe that Jill Scott was, of course, desperate for that attention. I don't know if she utilizes social media like that, but she know that, okay, it's tons of fans that's going to be recording her while she's performing, and she has to use some type of tactic in order to to get her music out there more, while she's about to perform a new song. I think she was performing Making You Wait. I used to bump that all the time in high school in the lunchroom before I go for my track practice. I used to bump her a lot, man. I mean, she had the volume 1, 2, and 3. My mother was a huge fan of her, so I'm a huge Jill Scott fan, man. I love her, man, dearly. I think she's a very attractive woman, even when she was overweight, man. And now she slimmed down, and she's really cool, man. But at the same time, I mean, dang, she really demonstrated this. And as a man, I'm looking like, okay, well, hey, to each his own. She a grown woman. But the only bad, I'll say negative side effect with this is that her son, she has a 9-year-old son, and I know he's growing up, and you probably got to hear about this, probably in the private school or public school sector, like, hey, man, why your mother's doing this? My mother's doing what? And it's like you can't hide it, because she's a huge figure, public figure at this moment, and she's demonstrating that. And I just think that's not a good look for a lot of women out there right now, especially black women. And people perceive as black women as sluts and whores and all this stuff, man. You got some people had that mind state, and then they're going to utilize this and justify their statements based on her performance, her act on this that happened last night. And to all the sisters out there, I know this is probably very inappropriate, man, and I know you guys don't want to associate yourselves with that, but I mean, hey, you got to understand, we live in an age where entertainers and artists, man, they're going to come out here and do what they want to do, man, so their name could be all over the media when they drop a project, so they can get those units. It's all about paying that bills. It's all about creating that wealth, and that's just a way how the industry works, I believe, man. And so it's a trolling. I can be a freaking troll right now. If I can decide to water my grass while it's raining outside with some basketball headband and some high heel boots on, watering my grass while it's raining outside, right? With a tight shirt on. I guarantee you somebody gonna be recording me, because there's always somebody watching. Can you imagine how crazy that is? And at the end of the day, people looking at me like, dang, man, Young Lee Jr., are you okay? I'll probably get thousands, millions of views. Who knows? Put this on World Star. So I just think that she's probably using this as a manipulative tactic. But I believe that in your 40s, man, don't do this, Jill. I mean, you got people probably look up to you as so, you do that behind closed doors. That's my thing. But I think I kind of understand what her motive was, and that's my take on this, man. But Jill Scott, I mean, dang, man, I mean, the classes that you've been hitting, saying you believe in the Lord, but I mean, this just makes people think that, you know, you are a hypocrite. You know, why do some things like this, some off the wall stuff? But now, yeah, your name gonna be surfaced all over the media for this particular moment. I believe TMZ probably gonna get this, and people probably gonna write articles about this, man. But I was just like, dang, my girl Jill Scott, because I'm like, what's going on? I'm on Instagram, people saying, oh man, Stephen A. Smith. They had a Stephen A. Smith meme. Oh man, I wonder what Stephen A. Smith would say about this, man. You know, so he going into a huge rant on this. But hey, it's the market. That's what they need. This is what the industry needs, and this is what we feed upon. I guarantee you, she's not going to lose fans. She probably might gain some fans off of this. But man, I mean, as a 9-year-old son, man, hey, if you listen to this video, man, hey, man, just keep your head up, man. Just keep it moving, bro. Of course, you know, respect your mother, man. Honor your father and mother, so they may be well with thee. Your life will may be well with thee. And you know, probably sit down like, dang, man, like, you know, you're young and stuff. You're trying to get through school and understand this life. I'm pretty sure you have a father figure in your life, man. But hey, you gotta understand your mother's an entertainer, man. But yeah, I mean, they do desperately anything behind closed doors, though. But she does have great hits. I'll say that. You know, people already know that. You got R. Kelly's. Now, R. Kelly, that was a little different, you know, just being on women and being promiscuous. But, you know, like I said, man, we, in the age, we don't hold our artists accountable. We sure don't. We just don't do that. And I just think that what Jill Scott was doing this, man, I just listen to her music every now and then, just growing up to it, man, just having that soul and just dancing to my woman with it. It just makes you think like, well, this is the type of music that she promotes. And don't get me wrong, like some of the lyrics she always be talking about, you know, making you wait before I have sex and all that stuff. Some other time, I mean, she does talk about just relationships issues and, you know, how to please a man in her songs subliminally. So I mean, this is really nothing new. I mean, same thing with that huge situation with Erykah Badu, of course, with the Janet Jackson, the Super Bowl cover up, man, her nipples was showing. I mean, it's all kinds of things, man, that artists are just trying to do. Is just trying to create that legacy for the most part, just putting themselves out there more, but they have to, you know, negate their values and their morals. And that's the thing that's very touching, because I can't really simply agree with all of that. But that's why I say, man, do not look up to entertainers, do not look up to artists, do not look up to people in general. The Holy Bible talks about that, man. You know, do not put your confidence in man, because they will always disappoint you. Put your confidence in the Lord. That's extremely important. That's so vital, because at the end of the day, I do blame America and the world, because we're so bombarded with the mass media that, oh, well, this person got a car, this person got a nice house, you know, but they don't really go into detail on how successfully they had to do, you know, and they had to work thousands and thousands of hours, rain, sleet, or snow, you know, to obtain that. But we just so gravitate towards that because we gravitate towards imagery, and we love imagery. You know, we love that, and it is in our subconscious mind is constantly recording. So at the end of the day, we just think that, man, you know, we start comparing ourselves like, I don't have these things, I don't have that, instead of focusing on our past. And we got to stop having this self-doubt at the end of the moment. So what Jill Scott was doing, hey, you got the attention. I mean, I don't want my woman doing that if she's an artist, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, you pleasing people that don't really too much care about you, just care about your work. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, you gotta please the Father. Everything that you do is for the kingdom of God. That's what people fail to realize, man. But Jill Scott, I was kind of a little shocked about this, man. I mean, maybe she probably do maybe a 3-second of it, or talk about it verbally. I heard many artists do this, but you know, I mean, she was at least doing this for at least about a good 30 seconds, man. So it's all over World Star. I'm just, hey, man, at the end of the day, this is the type of society that we live in at this moment, man. So I mean, people just gonna do things just for attention at the end of the day, and it's nothing that we can do. I mean, just are not, or we can just not support it. And then you be like, okay, well, you know, we live in an age that people are not going to support these type of tactics and these behaviors. Then maybe the artists will clean up their act in a way. So that's just how I feel on this situation, then. But hey, Jill Scott, more power to you. Whatever you want to do, this is your life, this is your career. You're 46 years old. I can see if you're in your 20s, you know, doing this. I mean, okay, like you some Azalea Banks, or, you know, just anybody just trying to come up in the game. Okay, you got to, you know, do something out there. But at the end of the day, what message are you really portraying? And then don't come around, write a book about it and talk about, well, I'm gonna change my life. I mean, you can, because God will always forgive you. Well, if you really sincere, you know, because he loves us unconditionally. But at the same time, man, you know, these are the type of people who will get a part of Breakfast Club interview. Charlamagne the God might give her a donkey of the day. We don't know. You might get some praise for this. And at the end of the day, man, you know, you're probably going to just, you know, make some motivational speech for kids and people. But this is why people don't take you serious. And this is why people don't take, you know, celebrities and other people serious in general, man. Because at the end of the day, why showcase yourself like that? Come on. And now, ladies, like, you know, you want to be classy, you want to be respected, you want to be a queen. Did you know what a queen is? A queen is someone who rules. A queen is someone who has an army of individuals that works for them, bow down to them because of their works and because of their presence. But at the end of the day, man, I don't know, man. I think this was like a pawn. This is like, as far as on the chess piece, is something what a pawn would do. I mean, you know, just get that attention. I mean, just get you out anyway. It's just kind of worthless in a way. But hey, man, listen, I'm not gonna bash Jill Scott. I still love her work. But at the same time, man, this is what we live in, man. You know, it's just an age of action, man. I mean, or just do things just to please people, and negating your values and your morals, man. I mean, it would be so powerful if, like, you know, artists she would have said, like, hey, you know, young man, you know, look for a woman that reads books, look for a woman that drink water, that eat vegetables, that just want to be vegan, or look for a woman that doesn't want to twerk or go to the club all the time and just feed into this beast and this matrix system, man. I mean, that would be kind of interesting instead of you just, you know, doing that. And so a lot of women, I'm not saying all, of course, you know, we got some women that's very straightforward, but a lot of women, man, you know, they get look into that. They're like, well, Jill Scott do it, I can do it, and then it'll be okay for that. And at the end of the day, man, you just want a clean, classy woman. I just think that, you know, for her just having this career, a long career, man, she should have at least, like, you know, just know what's going on, man. You know, at the end of the day, man, just broadcast some messages, man. People's always watching you, and I just think that this is maybe a poor behavior for her doing this, though. And I don't know if she was performing a song. I mean, it was just something just randomly. It just happened. But at the end of the day, man, you know, it's just not a good message, though, for y'all, a lot of young women that's just coming up, man, how to portray themselves and act. And then you wonder why a lot of men disrespect women, call them whores, you know, slap them around, don't even care about them, and it kind of just breaks up the family. At the end of the day, man, you know, you want to get married, you want to have kids, and you have to understand, you taking that role as a mother. You know, all the actions that you do. I talked to my father, man, you know, the other day about this is that, you know, everything that you do, it can embarrass or it can help strengthen the family last name. And so every time you walk outside the house, portray yourself, you know, just as the best person you can be. I'm not saying be a front or try to be rich or anything, but just be the best person you can be, the best version you can be. And I just think that she failed to do that in this performance here, just for the sake of entertaining others. So that's all I have to say, man. It's your boy Young Lean Jr. Young man, just I mean, you know, I guess it's cool. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It can be a comedy relief. I guess people are going to start talking about this 2-3 weeks from now. We don't know. But this is my spin on this, man. But at the end of the day, man, you want a good, classy woman. You want a good woman that will be down for you for the ups and the downs, man. Someone that's not materialistic. Someone that's not feel like she always got to be right all the time, that you will build. But at the same time, we got to have our own mission. And I just think that, you know, a lot of these artists, man, are just slowly we're not taking them serious at the end of the day, man. They just want to be everything. So it's kind of crazy. But that's all I gotta say, man. For the 9-year-old son, keep your head up, man. Try to erase this out of your mind. I know it's difficult, because if my mother did something like this, I'd be like, wow, just shaking my head and keep it moving, man. Because she older than my mom. So it's just kind of sad, though, man. And you want the generation of kids and the people to look up to these Generation X people, but man, y'all acting like teenagers. It's time to grow up. Put away childish things. That's all I gotta say, man. I'm out. Deuces.